Good morning, pack leaders. This is Ken from Friends of Irony, protecting families by protecting the pack. And today we're going to be doing a Mad Hatter auto tuning setting for Nano ETH pair. Now, I'm also going to give an update on the latest auto tuning updates that we'll be adding to the software. So let's go ahead and switch over. I want to go ahead and show you first a couple of features from the auto tuning bot that we're developing. Now, we have an ability to use a Chrome browser now. So let me kind of show you how that works a little bit. Let me pull that up. Oh, wait, there he is. It's supposed to be this guy. Alright, so let's go ahead and I kind of added a few things. We've kind of fixed a few things where the latest setting wasn't passed over, but that's been fixed now. But this is not the it. Let me grab the new one. You know what? Oh, you know what? My bad. It is here. Haven't played with this. Alright, so what I can do now is basically pre-fill my username and info. It'll launch a Chrome browser. It'll log right in, and the great part about that is, like, if it does crash, it can auto restart itself, log back in, jump right where it left off, and continue where it left off. Okay, so once we're in here, then we can then do what we normally can do. I'm gonna add a few things where initial guesses has been kind of an issue on like where to start, and so I'm gonna come up with a few things which then leads into what we're gonna be talking about on trading for downtrends, setting settings for downtrends, and whatnot. So I think the one that I was gonna work on was Nano. So let's go ahead and find that. I'm gonna go ahead and type Nano in, and on top of that, is there Nano? Nano. I guess I need to create one. Alright. On top of that, I'm going to be creating a kind of like a distributed ledger, distributed spreadsheet with all the bots kind of coordinate with. So they're going to work, everyone's going to work off of the same bot, and you'll have an option to whether or not you want to share that or not. But with that, whatever the bot produces, it'll then be recorded on a general spreadsheet that can be shared with everyone else that's also using the bot. So that way we don't have to duplicate the same work over and over, and everyone can work on different things and different pairs. And if you want that, it happens to be there, you can do that. And then eventually we're going to add a feature to create pretty much all the bots on the list right off the bat automatically, so that you can deploy your army of bots very quickly, and all you have to do is throw ETH at it. Okay, of course you're gonna have to, I would say I'll give you a feature to manually approve it, or manually approve a group of them, so that you can say, hey, good to go, I like it. But if anything, an option to test small or test with a similar account before you switch them over to a live account. So I'll give that option to you guys, because I don't want to like say, hey, here it goes, and then you lose a bunch of money, and then whose fault is that, right? So I'm gonna say, hey, this is what it can do, but you flip the switch and turn on to real money. Okay, so we'll let you be able to select the certain accounts, and on top of that, be able to manage a lot of the bots, because I think when we want to rebalance and want to double up on some of the funds, we have to recalculate manually on some of the stuff. We say, hey, 250 on all the bots, or 500 on all the bots, and it can do that. Okay, and that's some of the features that I want to add on later on. So let's go ahead and go to Nano, and let's go manually tweak, or manually enter some numbers so that we can get something on the green. Alright, so with the latest update, it's been pretty cool, and I don't see any buy signals at this point, so let's get some. So I like to have a buy signal somewhere down here. You should have buy. Usually it buys when the orange line is above, and this pierces the band. So it barely pierced it, so let's raise that up a little bit to 30, and that should cross the buy band. So that should send a buy signal. And that also looks like it could be a buy signal down here. That should work. That should work. And that should give me a buy signal, actually. I don't know why I'm not seeing any buy signals, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. Maybe I need some. Let me just go ahead and do our sell signals too. Let's get it across. If I want to sell up here, let's get that to cross. I think that should look good. That should cross. I think the blue on top makes it sell. Green on top makes it buy. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring the sell down just a little bit so it crosses. Alright, so that should, there we go, we're starting to get some sell signals now. Alright, that's good. And some buy signals. So buy is where we want it to do, alright, and a sell is where we want it to sell. So blue on top sells, it breaks the band on top. All three have to have consensus in order for it to fire a signal. So once we have a few of these going on, we're gonna go ahead and back test it for 2 weeks. So let's use our new feature here, back test for 2 weeks. Let's see what we get. Alright, 12% right off the bat. Let's go view the trade, see if anything is stuck for more than 7 days. And it trades pretty frequently. This one here, 5 days, that's okay. 4 or 5 days. It's kind of like my GER point, and then the 7th day is my no way point. So it's fine if you see that. Expect it when you run a live test, so that if you're holding the bag for 5 days, then that could be why. Okay. But other than that, it gets in and out pretty well. Alright, I should probably increase my trade amount too. What is the price here? Is $14. So I would start off just $100, you know, just to, if you have more to throw at it, definitely go for it. You can probably do 1,000 if you want to test more bots at $1,000. You have a much more substantial amount, I think. But also look at the trade amounts on the order book too, to make sure that it makes sense to do so. Alright, so this will cost you that'll cost you $10,000 to make 1,000 ETH. Okay, so if you have that much, no, I think 100 ETH, 100 nano be good for an average Joe. There you go, 160 bucks. That'll make someone's day. Okay, and then compound it as you build up. Then you can definitely start to stack up $1,000 trades per bot, and then start bringing in 10%. And so, all right. So then I would start with this. Let's go ahead and switch over to my auto tuning bot now. This is not the auto tuning bot right now. Isn't using the latest version, but the latest version, I mean, this version still works with the 0.86 update that HAAS has pushed out. So I'm gonna go ahead and restart this part. I need to start some bots here. So this is a fresh one. And I'm gonna log back in manually. Oop. And this interface won't be used anymore. All you need is this top part, and we're gonna create a better user interface so that you kind of see things a lot better. This is really clunky defaulted stuff, but maybe another maybe 2 weeks from now, I'll work on a user interface that's a little more better viewing. And I probably won't promise that I won't deliver until March of end of March. At least that would be my goal for myself. Alright, so now we're here. Let's go ahead and add that. Let's go ahead and do a quick M8 only test to make sure we have the best moving average type selected, and see if we can push this 10% up to 30% or more. Usually the moving average type is a pretty big deciding factor, and once you get this big leap, sometimes 15-20%, just by picking the proper moving average type, then you can work on the settings to push that a little further out. So we're up to moving towards 11 now, just by selecting it. And then I probably won't be running this for too long. I know that I'll probably be pausing this video so I get you the results better, and then you can probably apply some of the settings to your own bot. And if you do make some money, like 10 bucks or more, promise me that you join our Wolfpack group to work together as a community to help support me in this development, and also to help you speed up your process and increasing your ROI in these bots. Now we do have a strategy group. We have a Google Hangout where you can just trade or be working and just have friends and joke around in our Google Hangout. We also private Telegram group. Okay, so this is a big jump, 13% now, and a great way just to work together and strategize. Okay. You also get access to this tool while in the testing phase of it all, and you provide your input and feedback. Alright, and I guess like some of these other settings aren't working out. And I think it's pretty much done. So it's going to revert back to, what was it? If it will. I thought I saw it 13% somewhere, unless I missed it. 10.9. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to back out of this recording. I thought I saw 13%, but it didn't pick it up. Or maybe it did. I don't know. Maybe it was a glitch. Alright, anyway, so what it had selected was T3 as the best. I like to make my minimum price to sell at least 0.2 to cover the fees. And I'm not gonna put this too high. 0.1 is pretty good. I think I see a problem here. So if this happens, this is probably a bug that I need to fix on my side. And let's go ahead and pick out the best one, which is WMA. This is ROI right here at the very end. Gain, fees, profit, ROI. Or profit, fee, gain, ROI. Alright, and that might be what's causing out these other guys to error out too. So let's go ahead with WMA. If it's kind of weird, I might rerun it again. Maybe the last update did break some stuff, but let's see. Alright, and then I'm gonna fix that setting. This should be 9 down here, so let's put that 9 back in. And let's run a back test. Uh, 14. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. Alright, so let's go with that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and run the rest, and then I'm going to pause it so that you can see what the final result is. Okay, so I'm running this for 2 weeks, start the optimization, and go from there. Alright, so I'll be right back. I will let this run and see how much it increases over time. Try to push this further up beyond 14% for 2 weeks, and then we're going to start to move the backtest range down to 1 day, and then we're going to backtest it to make sure that it works on a 1 day scale, 2 week scale, 1 week scale, so that it kind of trades in many different time frames, so I can see how robust it is. Okay. Alright, thank you, and we'll be right back. Alright, pack leaders, we're at 21.73% on a 2 week pack test. Here's the settings for it. Now, I kind of decided to, just do the MA for you guys. And if you guys want to further improve this with the settings, you'll definitely need to be part of a group to get the settings part, and that kind of refines and pushes it further. Now it does take a little while where you can just walk away, and that way I can create shorter videos for you guys. I don't have to have this on a pause mode and then wait for a while, and then hopefully it doesn't, I don't lose the screen, and I could do other things and other screenshots too while I'm working this. So 21%, I think that's good enough for you guys. If you guys want more, then you definitely want to join our Wolfpack VIP group on the advanced bot version, where you can get access to the software, and then you can improve that further. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the traits real quick for this, so you can kind of see how it works for the last 2 weeks. You want to make sure that we aren't stuck very well. It does trade in the last is it last 2 weeks? Yeah, for the last 2 weeks, made these 2 trades that was more than enough to get you the 21%. Okay. All right. I think that's good enough for now. You guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.